open this door right this minute.
A wolf.
An explanation is probably long overdue.
Dad, an explanation? Look at me. Look at you.
He's always wanted to be something special, but he never expected this.
Then everybody be so
Teen Wolf. He's got style.
There's something different about you.
I'll have the roast duck with the mango salsa.
I don't have much of an appetite, thank you.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me.
Myself, please, will you one time let me go for a while, if you don't mind, let me be.
Yow, wow, yow, wow, yow, wow, yow, wow, yow, yow, wow, yow, wow, yow,
मेंटोस दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे.
The rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Puts a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm in your bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. And the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Puts a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm in your bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of
a new story. The DNA of the anatomically modern humans and our DNA, it's essentially the same DNA. We showed up on this earth as fully realized, fully enabled, fully capacitated, anatomically modern humans 200,000 years ago, and we haven't changed. Why did it happen? That's not Darwin's idea of evolution. Even he had questions as to why we don't see more of the kind of evidence that he said should be available if we in fact are the result of this long, slow, gradual evolution. So Darwin knew that there were problems with his theory. And Darwin, as I mentioned earlier, never claimed that his theory would be the theory to end all theories.
Predators threaten from rodent to reptile. We are the most complex creature on this planet. A big-brained, two-legged mammal. We've risen from the raw materials of the earth to dominate and shape it. Wind the clock backwards, and the story of how we got to be us is a puzzle that defies all logic. through nearly 4 billion years of evolutionary twists and turns. Disasters strike. We live. We leave solid ground for a new life in the trees. A new world demands a new body. We've come along about to make us do something extraordinary. Something no primate has ever done before. We're Ardipithecus ramidus, 4 feet tall, at 80 pounds, with a brain the size of an orange. Our dense rainforest home has become patchy forest. It catches on, fast. Ardipithecus is smart enough to copy and learn. Walking gets passed from parent to child. Finding shelter, a mate, and food gets easier, but childbirth gets harder. With a narrower pelvis, giving birth to a fully developed infant becomes impossible. Babies have to come out early, when their heads are smaller and they're barely developed. That's why we are one of the few species to spend years caring for our offspring, protecting them, feeding them, and keeping them out of trouble. Our brain is the size of a grapefruit, and we walk on 2 legs all the time. We can't outrun our predators. The only way to survive is to outthink them. The smarter we get, the longer we live. Natural selection promotes the mutations that improve our brain power, like weaker jaw muscles. Released from the muscle's vice-like grip, the brain is free to grow. It doubles in size. $2.3 million years ago, this is Homo habilis, also known as handyman. Walking on 2 legs, with a big brain, we're the first of an entirely new type of creature. We're the first man. We're bigger, stronger, and hungrier than ever before. There's food out. We must fight off predators, starvation, and our own relatives. There's no meat left. It looks like we're going hungry again. But there's bone marrow locked inside, packed with energy. The tool is the key to a whole new way of life. We'll use it to grow crop. But from the vastness of Africa, all the bones of our early human ancestors ever found would fit into the back of a pickup. Less than 1 bone in a billion becomes a fossil. Factor in the chances of finding those bones across millions of square miles, and it's clear. Most of what has lived has been lost. Our family tree is a giant puzzle, with most of the pieces missing. Nature's power is in our hands. Ancestors have energy to spare. The brain increases to the size of a softball, 50% larger than before the invention of cooking. Erectus is the cleverest, most cooperative ancestor to date. But with several adult males in an extended family, rivalries are inevitable. We are Homo sapiens, meaning wise man. Pound for pound, we have the largest brain of any creature on Earth. Armed with tools, speech, and superior intelligence, we spread out across every continent. We evolve and adapt to new environments, new challenges, until we become the undisputed masters of the world.
The dream of plentiful food is leading them into dangerous march, into the unknown, driven by an urge greater than any other, to eat. Like wolves, they track their prey across great distances. They are slower but can run a lot longer.
They gathered and ate everything, and were able to walk miles on end. Moreover, they were curious. Their skull was still ape-like, with an obtrusive muzzle and receding forehead. At first glance, it is hard to detect our features, but the head was held on the upright neck. The skull of Homo habilis is very much like that of Australopithecus, yet the brain size was 600 to 800 grams now, 1.5 times as much as its predecessors. The face became smaller. Around's step was to colonize the planet, so they took that step, and the vast expanses of the planet were conquered by new masters. Not right away, though. The planet didn't give man a hearty welcome. Nature should not be underestimated. At all times, life was no bed of roses. Human remains with marks of predators' teeth bear witness to that. Yet it has gone through a long and difficult path of evolution. What does the future have in store? Reason makes us responsible for ourselves.
Homo sapiens appeared about 200,000 years ago, and finally we made our first appearance on the family tree. Our brain had grown the largest of all surviving humans. It wasn't just acquiring a large brain which allowed us to survive. Another species had an equally large brain, the Neanderthals. They appeared about 300,000 years ago. Their brain size was exactly the same as ours. Neanderthals migrated to Europe in the middle of the Ice Age. They were a hardy race as well as being good hunters. But they are now gone from the miracle planet, and we remain.